Hello and welcome to Cox Local Edition on CNN Headline News. I'm Catherine Falk with Cox Communications. Thank you so much for joining us today. We have Senator Chap Peterson joining us as part of our Policymaker series. Thanks for being here, Senator.
Thank you, Catherine. Great to be here.
Tell our viewers about your district.
Okay, it's a wonderful district. It's the central portion of Fairfax County. It starts in Lake Braddock down south, crosses through Fairfax City, goes north of 66, takes in the town of Vienna, and runs all the way up Hunter Mill Road up to Route 7 near Wolf Trap Farm Park.
Great. I know you're a longtime civic leader. You're an attorney who's been in the House of Delegates. Tell our viewers more about your past.
Well, I'm a hometown boy. I grew up in Fairfax City, went to Fairfax High School. My first job was delivering pizzas for Have a Bite Pizza Eatery on Main Street, and moved back in 1994 when I started my law practice. I'm married. I have 3 children. We live in Fairfax City, and I was on City Council, and then in the House of Delegates, representing Braddock and also Fairfax, and then, of course, ran for State Senate and been represented for 2 years.
That's great. I know one of the biggest issue at the General Assembly this year was the budget. Tell us about that and how your area will come out in that.
Well, it was very dramatic. We were all facing a lot of reductions, particularly Fairfax County in terms of K-12 education spending, transportation, social services, all of those. It was very concerning to me as a representative. We were enabled by the federal stimulus package to patch a lot of those holes. Quite frankly, I'd tell our viewers a lot of these problems have been pushed over till 2010. So I'm not congratulating myself or anybody else at this point. We're just trying to hold the line on where we are right now. And most importantly, I think we're trying to keep people employed at the state level. We're trying, we could have laid off about 10 or 12,000 people, which would have further exacerbated our unemployment rate. And at this point, we're trying to keep people working.
But a lot more tough decisions lay ahead.
Yes, ma'am. That is what will happen. Yes.
I know that alternative energy and hot lanes were 2 big issues you worked on. Tell our viewers about hot lanes. I know it's a big interest here.
Yes, hot lanes is a huge issue. A lot of my neighborhoods, or the neighborhoods I represent, wrap around the Beltway. And of course, with the Beltway expansion through hot lanes, there's been a lot of impact on neighborhoods. We fought for very strongly and received $98 million in additional sound wall funding that will be around 14 linear miles around the Beltway, which will benefit my communities, particularly the Camelot neighborhoods, also the Gallows Road neighborhoods, Vienna. And so that was a bonus. We're still trying to work out some of the traffic problems. We're working directly with VDOT engineers. But that's going to be a continuing issue for the next 2 or 3 years, and I expect a lot of angry phone calls and emails, but we're working on it, and that's a reason for people to contact me.
And so a lot of that construction's already begun, but another 2 or 3 years of it?
Right now, they're trying to get the whole project finished by 2013. Obviously, anything I can do to accelerate that progress, I'm going to do. Whatever we can do to again, lessen the impact on communities, we're going to try and do that. But it's going to be a tough 2 or 3 years. It's like renovating your house, which I'm also doing right now, that once you get started on a project, you just try and get it done and deal with the pain.
Yeah. Tell us about alternative energy. I know that was a hot topic as well.
Sure. Well, I serve on the Governor's Energy and Environment Commission, and I've been very interested in energy issues for the last several years. One of my big goals is to see Virginia become a leader in renewable energy. We're really uniquely placed in Virginia that we have access to the Atlantic Ocean and all of the wind currents that come off of that for wind energy. Plus, we have access to all sorts of assets in Western Virginia, geothermal energy, all other things of that nature, cellulosic ethanol that we're trying to develop. So we're very interested in trying to create tax incentives in Virginia to create these natural resources and then sell them into other markets.
That's great. And our viewers, how can they contact you and discuss these hot topics?
Very easy. My website is fairfaxsenator.com, all lowercase, fairfaxsenator.com, or call us at 703-349-3361.
Great. Thanks for joining us, Senator Peterson.
Thank you, Catherine.
And thank you for joining us on Cox Local Edition on CNN Headline News. Have a great day.